Recently, I watched a video about the most beautiful places in North America, and I was blown away. Like, America has a ton of natural beauty. Like, it's just unbelievable. But it made me think, what are the areas? What's the opposite of that? What are the scariest places? The places that someone who's like me, who loves traveling to America, would not want to go to. Places that are terrifying, just have like an energy to them that just is uninviting.
So all the things that we see in this lake, it finally got so bad and scared the locals so much that we think maybe we're just stuck with a curse we have to live with.
Oh my God.
Welcome to
Where's
Watch
this?
Mojo. And today we're taking a look at some of the creepiest locations from across the continent of North America.
Now, every year, more and more tourists with a morbid
What
curiosity
are those?
come to visit the island. People like Linda Miraflores.
Lake Lanier, USA.
Even though there was a lot of people around, there was just some strange vibe about the lake.
Is Lake Lanier one of the Great Lakes? I think it is.
I feel it's a majestic body of water, but you can't deny that there's something odd about Lake Lanier.
On the surface, Georgia's Lake Lanier is just another body of water. But look a little deeper, literally, and you'll see something truly creepy. Before the 1950s, the surrounding area was just everyday farmland and housed multiple small towns, including Oscarville. But the rapid growth of nearby Atlanta necessitated more water, so the Army Corps constructed Lake Lanier. In the process, they evacuated and then completely flooded these small towns, and without demolishing them first. So laying underneath the surface of the water are the skeletal remains of homes, roads, and businesses.
That is so creepy. Why didn't they demolish the homes first?
Many locals now believe that Lanier is haunted, the ghostly hands pulling swimmers down to join their watery graves.
Also beneath the surface, old homes, barns, even a racetrack, which famously surfaced during the 2007 drought. You could see the tops of the stands, a haunted memory, waiting for spectators to show up for the next race.
Whittier, Alaska, USA.
Ugh.
We are in the Whittier Community School. It is connected by an underground tunnel to the building that we all live in.
Wandering into the Alaskan town of Whittier is like wandering into another dimension. Found nearly 60 miles southeast of Anchorage, Whittier feels insanely creepy because almost the entire population lives inside a single building.
What? They all live in here? What the hell? That is... Why? Why?
The Bagich Towers, a stark concrete structure that looms over the otherwise desolate town. Inside the towers, residents share not only apartments, but essentials like a grocery store and post office,
Wow.
creating an uncanny all-in-one environment that may come across as unsettling to outsiders. And surrounded by foggy mountains and accessible by just one tunnel, the dark and isolated setting only adds to its eerie atmosphere.
that's
The empty
weird.
streets and looming presence of one singular building where everyone lives can feel like something out of a nightmare.
You know, the tunnel creates its own sort of isolation in that it closes every night at 10:30.
Trying to explain to visitors or people who aren't from there, like, no, we really have to go. If we don't go, we're not going to get into Whittier right now. Like, we need to go. It is an interesting, strange place to live, but it's also full of love and full of adventure and some really cool people.
Eastern
Wow, the fact that they all live in that building and it's only accessible by that tunnel, that is really, I can't believe that.
State Penitentiary, USA.
Well, there was a metal door on the inside and a wooden door on the outside. So the metal door would have swung closed, and the sliding wooden door keeps them from talking across the hall.
That would drive you insane. That would make you go crazy.
That's what happened.
There's nothing like a giant rotting prison to get the blood pumping. Opened in 1829, the famous Philadelphia prison was one of the first to use solitary confinement as punishment, leaving behind stories of suffering and psychological torment. Naturally, this has led to its now famous reputation as a haunted prison. But even if you don't believe in ghosts, there's still plenty to find spooky about Eastern State. The imposing stone walls, crumbling cell blocks, and rusting iron doors create a palpably eerie feeling, and visitors are often left unsettled by its long and silent corridors. It's one thing to see it on TV. It's something else to walk through its hallowed and probably haunted halls. Eastern State stands as a decayed relic of a barbaric past.
Eastern State's often known as the world's first true penitentiary, and what that means is a building designed to inspire regret. And a big part of how the prison officials did that was, again, through architecture. The outside of the building resembles a Gothic castle, It's scary, it's intimidating.
The wreck of the...
What do you guys think of solitary? On the one hand, I get it. Prisoners are in prison because they did something bad. They should be punished. But on the other hand, if they're going to be released, is it really smart to drive them insane? Like, if you're going to put them back into society, should we really be making these people go crazy? I'm not sure.
Titanic, Atlantic Ocean.
To see the sad ruin of the great ship sitting here, where she landed at 2:30 in the morning of April 15th, 1912, after her long fall from the world above.
If you fear deep water, thalassophobia if you're fancy, then you probably can't even look at the wreck of the Titanic. It lies over 12,000 feet below the Atlantic, and its massive structure just sits there in the dark and silent deep, a rusting underwater graveyard. Its rotting mass is an unbelievably eerie sight, just sitting there in the pitch black. Even worse, human objects like shoes, suitcases, and dishes still sit scattered on the seabed, frozen in time, making the monument feel even more ghostly. And for the more philosophical, there's the uncanny contrast between its contemporary symbol of wealth and its current state of ruin. There's a haunting sadness about the whole thing.
Seeing her coming out of the darkness like a ghost ship still gets me every time.
Area 51.
Ever since someone basically said Titanic is about a woman who cheated on her husband, then decided that she wasn't going to share space on the raft with Jack, so Jack dies, and then she throws away the, priceless piece of jewelry. I can't unthink that. Like, she's made to be like this hero in the movie, but she's kind of like a not nice person.
USA.
Groom Lake is the Area 51 region in Nevada. When Area 51 was just bare bones, they took the craft and the aliens out to that location in the middle of the Nevada desert because it was so remote.
Countless myths, stories, legends, tales, whatever you want to call them, have been made about Area 51. The alien capital of America, the secret base is said to be closely associated with ufology, either housing aliens, conducting otherworldly experiments, reverse engineering UFOs, or whatever else. But even without the folklore, Area 51 is one creepy place. Such is often the case with restricted areas and forbidden access. Deeply hidden in the Nevada desert, surrounded by threatening signs and armed patrols, and with its secret operations being strictly classified and hidden from public view, Area 51 fuels the imagination like no other place on Earth.
Now, while you were working there, did you ever see anything weird up in the sky?
Oh, absolutely. Planes that no one else has ever seen. They had no wings, just flying bathtub. You see something like that, it looks just like a flying saucer.
Alcatraz.
I don't know what to believe. There's so many people that say Area 51, like all these stories. There's so many claims of it, but could it all be BS?
As Federal Penitentiary, USA. For 30 years, Alcatraz was an ominous presence on a lonely island in the middle of the San Francisco Bay. Since it was in a relatively isolated position, it was frequently cited as totally inescapable.
Is it true no one's ever bust out of here? So they tell me.
And although 3 people notably did escape in 1962, they were never seen again after leaving the island.
After squeezing through this cement wall, they climbed up a network of pipes and plumbing before they made it here to the roof.
Even while
I think they made it, but then they might have drowned.
While it was still in use, Alcatraz was a dangerous, decaying place. Its prisoners were often mistreated since it was designed to feel as hostile as possible. Though it's been shuttered for far longer than it was ever in operation, that hostile atmosphere persists. Today, you can tour the prison and experience its horrors, and many alleged ghosts, for yourself.
Damn it, Morris, I said get up.
Jesus Christ.
The Great Blue Hole.
Man, the guard who found the guy, the dummy, must have thought, wow, there's no way they made it out of here. Do you guys think that those 3 guys survived? I feel like they survived. I feel like they did.
Belize. Belize's Great Blue Hole isn't the only marine sinkhole in the world, but it is the largest, at 1,000 feet wide and over 400 feet deep.
Wow.
Several divers have become lost and died inside it. In fact, a 2019 expedition to the bottom discovered 2 bodies of long-lost divers. Not only is the hole dangerous to inexperienced divers, but also to the sea life around it. The bottom is so full of hydrogen sulfide that life can't survive inside for long. Unfortunately, Many reef-dwelling crabs learned that lesson firsthand. Weston State Hospital, U.S.
I just don't know why you would chance it. Why dive it? Like, if you know that loads of people have died trying it, why would you? But then again, loads of people have died climbing Mount Everest. People still climb that. Ugh.
Say.
The grand old dame still stands.
So are you ready to go inside?
It's going to be very emotional to do this.
Drive through central West Virginia and you won't find much of note, but nestled within the endless trees is the small town of Weston, and there you will find one of the most gorgeous buildings in America, also one of the scariest. It's Weston State Hospital, which housed patients for over a century between 1864 and 1994. The building's old Gothic architecture is incredibly imposing, striking both awe and fear before you even step foot through its doors. The place also has a dark history of mental health treatment, including overcrowding, filthy conditions, and electroshock therapy, contributing to its reputation as one of America's most haunted buildings. Since closing in 1994, much of the hospital has fallen into significant disrepair, further contributing to its ghostly aura.
Can you show yourself one more time? Did I just see you up here? Were you at the end of this hallway right here?
The Stanley Hotel.
Man, I could never be a ghost hunter. Not a chance. I love horror movies, but putting myself in, like, could you go hunt ghosts? Like in a haunted place, a place that's been reported that ghosts have been sighted? I couldn't do it. Too scared.
USA. Master of horror Stephen King stayed in this hotel in 1974 when he and his wife were the only guests in the entire place. This spooky atmosphere served as the inspiration for The Shining, the novel that was later adapted to film and became one of Stanley Kubrick's scariest movies.
I want you to like it here.
Why is he looking at the kid like that?
I wish we could stay here forever and ever.
Just knowing
creepy
that the Stanley was the inspiration behind the Overlook Hotel will send a chill down your spine. Located in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, the hotel is supposedly haunted by numerous ghosts.
Jack, there's someone else in the hotel with us. There's a crazy woman in one of the rooms. She tried to strangle Danny.
It's become a prime destination for paranormal tourism since the book was released. Stay the night at the Stanley, if you dare.
Is this a haunted hotel?
I do think it's very active. Everyone has their own experiences, but you'll have to come here to experience it for yourself.
Centralia.
No, thank you. No, thanks.
USA.
50 years ago, when coal was king, Centralia, Pennsylvania was a boom town. People were optimistic, jobs were plentiful, and the future seemed bright.
There's an area of Pennsylvania that has essentially been on fire since 1962. In the early 60s, Centralia hosted roughly 1,500 residents, but the area suffered a horrific coal mine fire that is estimated to keep burning for another 250 years.
Regardless of how it happened, this fire quickly grew out of control. Remember, this wasn't just a small shaft, too. The coal mines in the area were all interconnected, and it was an enormous labyrinth under the town of Centralia.
The major detrimental effects weren't really known until 1981, when a sinkhole randomly opened and nearly killed a 12-year-old boy.
Oh my God.
The government bought out most of the residents and had them relocated, leaving just 63.
Jeez, look at the size of the cracks. I mean, I think there's a way they could put this fire out. If they just pump a bunch of like that foam that they use sometimes to put out fires, just pump a load of it into these cracks. Or how deep does it go, do you think?
People by 1990. Today, the town hosts under a dozen citizens, and various signs are littered throughout the area warning of sudden ground collapse and fatal levels of carbon monoxide.
I can't believe people still live there.
A graffiti highway that became a destination spot in the area has been paved over as of 2020.
The former ruins of Highway 61 remain, now known as the Graffiti Highway, literally covered with spray paint dating back to the 70s and 80s.
Island of the Dolls.
Dude, this is creepy, man. Ugh. What's with the dolls?
Mexico. Turns out there are many areas throughout the world populated by dolls. There's a village in Japan called Nagoro, which has become a famous tourist attraction due to its countless life-size dolls.
It takes 2 days to prepare and make each scarecrow, and now there are 350 of these mannequins, way outnumbering the 10 villagers left here.
But perhaps the freakiest of all is Mexico City's La Isla de las Muñecas, which is located in the canals of Xochimilco. The island contains hundreds of dolls, most of which are hung from the trees.
It looks like a scene from a horror movie. Hundreds of dolls strung up and hanging from trees.
Dude, this looks like some voodoo stuff. It's just, I would not go anywhere near this place. Anywhere near it, would you?
Legend states that the spirit of a young girl haunted the island, forcing its owner to hang dolls from the trees to appease her ghost.
He found the dolls in the canals and in the trash. He started hanging them up to protect him and to try to scare away the spirit of the girl.
The owner passed away in 2001, and the island became a popular tourist destination, even though some locals refused to go there owing to superstition.
I'm with the locals.
The Cecil Hotel, USA.
The Cecil was a very deceiving hotel. There's a lot of beauty to it, but it was the complete opposite.
It's the Heartbreak Hotel, but not because relationships have ended here. Now known as Stay on Main, this once lavish location became the source of countless catastrophes throughout the 20th and 21st centuries. Within its walls, several lives have been ended, which have overshadowed any potential positive aspects. Even more, some notorious serial killers, including Richard Ramirez, once made the establishment their temporary residence. Among the most recent tragedies was the 2013 case of Elisa Lam, a young woman who mysteriously died shortly after she was filmed in the hotel's elevator.
She exits to the left of the elevator, and then all of a sudden she's gone.
It was later converted into low-income housing, but it remained plagued by various issues. As of 2024, the property is up for sale, and it's unsure what its future will hold.
For some reason, that hotel had some extra bit of insanity going on within those walls.
The fact that after it got turned into low-income housing, there was still like creepy stuff happening. Like, I'm usually a skeptic when it comes to like voodoo and, you know, supernatural stuff, but I mean that's giving me that vibe. Is it giving you the same vibe?
Bermuda Triangle, Atlantic Ocean.
As the losses have piled up, the area has become infamous, legendary worldwide even. Everyone knows about the Bermuda Triangle, but yet nobody knows what's going on over there.
All right, we know that the Bermuda Triangle isn't actually cursed, but the mythology certainly makes an impression, doesn't it? As kids, we were taught to fear the Bermuda Triangle, an area of the Atlantic Ocean that is said to swallow planes and boats through some type of interdimensional portal. Or something, we don't really know. Point is, a lot of people have supposedly gone missing within the triangle thanks to some type of creepy magic. The legend is so pronounced and persistent that many regulatory bodies have conducted studies disproving it. But those 3 words, the Bermuda Triangle, are still enough to send shivers down the spine.
In fact, according to Philippe's records, there are wrecks completely encircling Bermuda.
Have you ever been to any of these places?
Maybe there's some truth to the whole Bermuda Triangle thing. I used to think it was completely mumbo jumbo, but why are there wrecks completely surrounding the triangle? There's got to be something about that area, maybe. Maybe it messes with the navigation systems of boats, but the boats that like that predate, let's say 1900s, they won't have any fancy sort of like electronics on there. Like, why were they getting wrecked near the Bermuda Triangle? There's got to be something about that space. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and check out the video I'm going to link right here.